So what's up, guys? I kind of decided I'm gonna do a night vlog for once, because why not, right? I generally try to stay away from political stuff if I can, but and I am going to here as well, but I've kind of decided that I want to do a vlog about the whole Confederate flag thing. Here's how I'm going to start it. Why is it that we're trying to ban the Confederate flag when the Supreme Court, I don't know how many years, decades ago, when the Supreme Court said that you are allowed to burn the American flag because it is, that act is protected by your First Amendment rights. So if the Supreme Court says that you are allowed to burn the American flag, and I'll probably cite or put the year or whatever, something right here maybe, about the Supreme Court ruling blah 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 blah. But anyway, so the Supreme Court said that you can burn the American flag because that is protected by your First Amendment rights. So why is it that all of a sudden we are trying to ban the Confederate flag? I kind of find that stupid. I would much rather that we ban the burning of the American flag than burn the Confederate flag. And it's not that I'm a huge supporter of the Confederacy or anything. I don't give a shit. In all honesty, I really don't give a shit. So, but like, I know it's a Southern pride thing, the whole putting the Confederate flag on the back of your 4x4 or some hick shit. But I don't care. I don't display the Confederate flag. I've never owned one. I really don't care for it. Whatever. Your opinions, my opinions, have at it. Whatever. I'm not trying to persuade you that you shouldn't display the Confederate flag, and I'm not saying that you should either. If you want to, go for it. If not, whatever. First Amendment, right? But the Confederate flag does not stand for slavery either. It's a battle flag. It doesn't necessarily stand for anything. And I think symbolism is kind of stupid in general, because like the peace symbol, like if this is your peace symbol, if you turn it, or this is your peace symbol, if you turn it upside down, it's actually Hitler's, it's actually the battle insignia for Hitler's 7th Panzer Division. That is how the peace symbol originated from. It's from Hitler's Panzer Division. And yet you see all the hippies going around with with freaking Panzer insignia, Nazi insignia on their fucking shirts. Whenever I see that, I think it's hilarious. So for those of you that aren't in America, the whole Confederate flag thing was really started because some dumbass went into a church, shot up the place, and had a Confederate flag, or had a tattoo of a Confederate flag, or blah 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 blah, whatever. Don't care, and I'm sure you don't either. I mean, well, I do care, but I'm sure you've heard about it anyway, so I'm gonna skip that. So he had a Confederate flag, or a tattoo, whatever, and he shot up the place and killed people and blah 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 blah. You know, another shooting story, whatever. Guns are bad, guns are good, whatever. That's a whole different debate. Anyways, so he goes into a church, shoots the place, and now everybody's trying to ban the American flag because it's racist and this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. Don't care. And I find that really stupid. So they're trying to ban the Confederate flag because the guy that went and shot up a church in Charleston had a Confederate flag, and blah blah blah, yay Confederacy. And so now they're trying to ban the Confederate flag because they think it stands with racism and violence and all this other hunky-dory bullshit. And I think that's about as stupid as saying that some guy with a Hello Kitty tattoo, let's say James Holmes, or whatever, I think that's his name, I couldn't care less, but he's the guy that went in and shot up the Aurora Theater, like in 2012, I think. And anyways, let's just say he had a Hello Kitty tattoo on his fucking right tit or some shit. And he goes in and shoots up the Aurora Theater. Are we gonna start banning Hello Kitty and everything with an anime cat in it? No. It's fucking ridiculous. Because, and I think that's kind of what they're doing with the whole Charleston Confederate flag thing. The guy had a Confederate flag, so now they're trying to ban the Confederate flag because he went in and shot up a joint. And I find that incredibly stupid. I really do. A lot of like symbolism in general can be really interesting to me, anyways. Like the swastika. I'm just gonna go off on a little tangent here. But the swastika was actually the, if my memory serves me correctly, the swastika originated from ancient Egypt, and it was actually the symbol for fertility, or like motherhood, or something along those lines. Which is why Hitler adopted it as part of his whole, like, Aryan race thing. You know, the super people, superhuman, whatever, the Aryan line, bloodline. So that's why he adopted the swastika. But now, because some dumbass used that symbol, now it's bad, and it stands for genocide and killing Jews and all sorts of shit. It's like, no, if you go back to its original founding, or like its original creation, it's not an evil thing. It's a very good thing. It's a very positive thing. But because one dumbass had to take it and do something evil, now the symbol is bad because we associate that with him. Whatever. And so that's the swastika. And I already told you about the peace symbol. It's actually, if you turn it upside down, it's Hitler's 7th Panzer Division, it's battle insignia. So it's actually a Nazi symbol. And then there's the Heil Hitler salute or whatever. That in America, that is actually how we saluted the flag up until about, I don't know, it's like 1920 something, 1930 something. I think it was late 1930s, maybe early 1940s. But anyways, so like the Heil Hitler salute, that originally was the salute of the Roman centurion. It came from ancient Rome. And that was just how Romans saluted, like Caesar and all that stuff. And that is how the Americans did that. This is how we did it. But then when Hitler started doing it, we stopped. I mean, obviously for good reason. I mean, you don't see Americans going around saluting the flag like it's fucking Hitler. Anyways, because we associate this with Hitler, but no, that's how ancient Romans saluted, and that's actually how Americans saluted until the early 1900s, where we changed it from, if you were a civilian, you salute the flag, you put your hand over your heart, and the military, instead of doing this, they now do this, But that's where it's different. I think the whole, symbolism thing is kind of a bunch of bullshit. If you think the Confederate flag stands for racism and slavery and all sorts of shit, it doesn't. It's a fucking flag. It doesn't stand for anything. I mean, like, let's take the swastika for example. You could take it, I mean, in its original form, but one guy takes it and adopts it, turns it, 45 degrees or something like that, and all of a sudden now it stands for genocide and killing and hatred. Like I said, symbols don't stand for anything. So if you want to think that the Confederate flag stands for slavery and bigotry and all sorts of stupid shit, it doesn't. It's a flag. You can take it to mean whatever you want it to. If you want it to represent slavery, fine. To you it represents slavery, but to someone else it might just represent the South. That's it. So I think that banning the Confederate flag is such bullshit, especially when the Supreme Court said that burning the flag is legal and protected. Not just any flag, but the American flag is protected by your First Amendment rights. So shouldn't the Confederate flag also be protected by your First Amendment rights? But, you know, that's just my 2 cents. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button if you like the video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, join the Monkey Barrel. You can also follow me. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Those are the things I check the most, also among YouTube. So be sure to check me out, guys. And I will see you on the next video, I guess. So yeah. Cheers!